Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kim with Lotus Within Yoga, and here we are at Annette Lake in Jasper National Park. Thank you so much for joining me with this practice. Let's get our mats, let's get our props, let's get started. All right, so we're going to start our class down on our backs. So go ahead and gently lower yourself down onto your mats. Extending one foot, extending the other. Palms to the ceiling. Starting to just connect with our bodies. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling the ground beneath us. Just doing a quick body scan to see where you might have some tightness or tension anywhere in the body. And just noticing it and letting it go. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take our knees and hug them into our chest. Maybe rocking back and forth, massaging out the lower back, or maybe just finding some stillness. Encouraging the tailbone down towards the mat. And with your hands, take your knees wide. Send your soles of your feet to the sky, coming into your happy. Then one foot at a time, we're going to start with the right and just extend it out to the side. Just waking up our hamstrings. Only going as far as we can while staying connected to the breath. Take a bend back in that right knee, extending the left. All right, take a bend back into that left leg, and then with your own body, with your own pace, straightening one out at a time, back and forth. Then rock your spine up, planting your hands, coming into tabletop pose. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, toes tucked or flat, whatever is your preference. We're going to do some cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, press into the mat as you round your back like an angry cat. Go ahead and take a few at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press into the mat, rounding the spine. Excellent. When you're ready, come back through neutral. Walk your hands just an inch or two forward as you keep your toes tucked under and press yourself up to your first down dog of the day. Encouraging the knees, the ankles down towards the mat. Lengthening out through the back body. Knees bent as much or as little as you need today. On your next inhale, raise your right heel to the sky. And exhale as you place your foot between your hands, dropping your left knee down into your low lunge. Just taking a moment to find your stability. When you're ready, start to bring your hands up to your thigh, encouraging squareness through the hips. And breathing. Right hip comes back, left hip pushes forward. Take your left toes, tuck them under, and engaging your core, bring all your muscles in towards your midline, keeping your toes tucked under, raising the arms, pressing up into your crescent lunge. And breathing. Shoulders stay stacked over the hips. There can be a bend in your back knee or straightening it out. Beautiful. Take your hands, place them behind your skull, and leave the heart open. And breathe. Encouraging the elbows out to either side as our shoulder blades back down our spine. On your next exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot, bringing your back knee down to the mat, sending the hips up and back, straightening through our right leg into our half splits. Peeling the right toes towards your face. Maybe you stay upright, maybe you find some blocks, or maybe you fold down your right leg. Start to take a bend back into your right leg. Hands frame either side of the foot, tucking the left toes under. Come back to your down dog. Maybe giving a bend into the knees, sending the hips up to the sky, and then straightening them out maybe a little bit more again. Excellent. Let's raise our left heel up to the sky. And on your next exhale, place your foot in between your hands, bringing your right knee down to the mat and coming into that low lunge. Not just popping right back up into it, just taking your time, finding stability in through the hips, and then gently coming up. You can take your hands to whatever hand placement works best for you. Right now, I'm just going to keep it right here on my thigh. Encouraging the left hip forward, the right hip forward and the left hip back, keeping the hips nice and square, shoulders stacked above the hips. Take your right toes, you can start to tuck them underneath, drawing all your energy in towards your core, thinking, squeezing and hugging inwards. Get ready to push yourself up to your crescent lunge. Again, being mindful of our square shoulders, square hips, and whatever arm variation works for you today. Go ahead and take your hands and clasp them again, bringing them to the back of your skull and shining your heart up and open. Not so much a back bend, but think of opening your heart, collarbones nice and wide. Beautiful. On your exhale, bring your hands back down to frame your foot, dropping the right knee down. Bring the hips up and back as we straighten out through our left leg into that half splits. Again, maybe you have blocks under your hands. Maybe you're folding, leading with your heart down towards those left toes. And breathing. On your next exhale, start to bend back into that left leg, tucking those right toes up and under. Come back into your down dog. Maybe pedaling out through the feet. On your next inhale, raise the right foot up to the sky, bending through the knees, stacking the hips, shoulders staying nice and square. Exhale as you bring the foot in between the hands, peeling your left heel down to the floor, wheeling up into your warrior two. Again, taking a moment, noticing where you are, your knees stacked over your ankle, reaching forward and back through the arms, maybe taking your gaze forward over your right fingertips. We're going to come into triangle now, so straighten out through your right leg. Maybe you need to take the back toes and just gently heel toe forward just a little bit. Start to reach forward with your right hand, and when you can no longer reach, tilt over into your Trikonasana. Trying to imagine your body squeezing between two panes of glass, opening up through our left hip. Excellent. We're going to reverse this triangle, so bringing our left hand down towards our right ankle, reaching up with our right. And twisting. Broadening through the collarbone. If reaching up with your right hand is a little much, go ahead and just rest it gently onto your back. Another deep breath here. And then you can windmill your hands down to frame your foot as you step back into your down dog. Let's repeat that on the left side. So take your left heel, start to raise it up to the sky, bending through the knee, stacking the hips, shoulders staying square. And as you exhale, bring the left foot through between your hands, lowering your right ankle, windmilling up into your warrior two. Finding power in your warrior two. And breathing. All right, and go ahead and start to straighten through your left leg, maybe walking the right heel in just a little bit. Start to reach your body far forward as you can, and then tilt, opening up into your triangle pose. Feeling this nice, at least I feel this stretch right along my side body. Broaden through the collarbones. And breathe. On your exhale, start to twist in your triangle, bringing your right hand down to your ankle and opening up. Excellent. Take another inhalation and exhalation here. And when you've done so, windmill the hands down to frame the foot, step back, down dog. Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a big step forward with our right foot, and we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold, so both of my toes facing the front of my mat, or well, not the front of my mat, but the long edge of my mat. Maybe my heels going a little bit wider. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold down. You can walk the hands behind you. Maybe take your hands to your ankles. Whatever works for you today. Thinking nice long spine, broaden collarbones, and leading with the heart. The goal here is not to stand on our head, just opening up the backside of our body and through our hamstrings. Inhale, coming to a half lift. Start to walk the heels a little bit more inwards so the toes are coming out. We're going to come into Skandasana now. Start to bend into the right foot, sending your hips down. Lengthening out through our left, maybe coming into a peace. Hands at heart center. And breathing. Excellent. Placing the hands down to the ground. Switch over, bending in through the left foot. Sending our right leg out to the side. Beautiful. Really opening up through that hip. Place your hands back onto the earth. Let's go back through a couple pulses. So inhale, come up through center. Exhale, bending through the right. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, bend through the left. And go at your own pace. Slowly rocking those hips side to side. Finding the mobility in your inner thighs. Once you come to your right side again, stop and hold. If you're working with binds, you can take your right hand, bring it back behind your knee. Left hand comes up to the sky, peeling our heart open to the left. Maybe hand comes back for a bind. Beautiful. You can gently release if you have that bind, placing the hands back in front of you, shifting the hips up and over to the left. Again, hands at heart center. Or you can take the bind, wrapping your left arm back behind your knee, sending your right arm up to the sky, or opening up into your gentle bind, broadening through the collarbones. And breathing. If the bind is too much, just let it go. Excellent. If you have that bind, gently start to release, placing your hands back down onto the earth. Come back through the middle. I'm going to walk, heel toe our feet back so that they're just a little bit wider than hips distance. And then sink the hips down into your Malasana Yogi Squat. Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit. Finding that long, tall spine as you gently encourage your thighs open with your elbows. Maybe finding a block underneath you just for that added support. Excellent. Place your hands back onto the earth. Extend the seat up into your forward fold as you walk the feet back to hip distance. Go ahead and start to face the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, down dog. On your inhale, raise your right heel up to the sky. Exhale as you plant your foot between your hands, coming back into your warrior two. We're doing extended side angle, so start to reach your hand, or reach as far forward as you can with your right arm, bringing your elbow to your thigh. Windmill the hand up and open. Maybe this is enough here for you with your extended side angle, but if you're working on your binds like you did with your Skandasana, start to bring your right hand down to touch the floor on the inside of your foot. You can take your left hand, reach it up, and bring it to your lower back. Now with this right hand, you can go underneath and reaching back, looking for that clasp with that other hand. And if Birds of Paradise is part of your practice, start to look towards your right foot as you hop the left one. Begin to stand. Bringing yourself up. Looking that's not moving, unlike the water and the fishies that I'm looking at. And if you can, start to extend that right leg. It's not going for me today, and that's fine. That's yoga. I'm gonna reach where I'm at. Gently bringing my right foot down to the ground. I can release the bind or hold it as I pop my left foot back into my warrior two. Bring your hands down to frame your right foot and come back to your down dog. And breathe. Always trying to stay connected to the breath, especially find that when you're doing balancing poses, holding your breath, you think it's going to help, but it doesn't. Breathing in and out through the nose. It's going to help you much more than holding your breath. All right, so let's try that on the other side. So as you inhale, lift your left heel up to the sky. On your exhale, bring it through between your feet, windmilling up into that warrior two. Finding your steady, powerful warrior. And breathing. This time, reaching forward with our left, coming into our extended side angle. And if you want to play with that bind and your Bird of Paradise, windmilling the top hand to your lower back. Taking your left hand, bringing it down underneath the hamstring, and holding. And when you're ready, looking at your left foot, start to slowly hop that right foot in as you bring yourself up through standing. Again, maybe you keep the leg bent or you try to straighten it out. Straightening is not my jam today, so I'll just stay here. Oh. Knowing that if you fall, you can come right back up again. Placing my left foot back down onto the ground, hopping my right back into that awkward warrior two. Bringing your hands down to frame your foot. Come back to your down dog. And breathe. Bring your knees down to the mat. Sitting back, swinging your legs up and forward. Come to lie on your back. Extending both legs down. Take a bend in the right knee, in towards the chest, keeping engagement through our left foot. Bringing that right knee to our right shoulder, bypassing the ribs. Wind relieving pose. Taking our knee in our left hand, we're going to slowly bring it across the body, coming into a twist, encouraging that right shoulder blade to stay down. Maybe our gaze drops over our right shoulder. Excellent. Start to come back to laying onto your back. Extending the left or the right leg down the mat. Take a bend in through the left leg into the knee, hugging that knee towards the chest. Then maybe bringing it out, bypassing the ribs, encouraging it to your left armpit. Keeping that right leg engaged. Taking our left knee into our right hand, start to bring it across the body, coming into that twist. Encouraging that left shoulder blade down and towards the earth. Gently release, coming back onto your back. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Bringing the knees wide. Come into one more happy baby. Grabbing onto the soles of the feet, shining them up towards the sky. And on your exhale, release and drop into your Shavasana. Bring the feet wider than the hips, palms facing up to the sky, rolling the shoulders back and down the body, softening through the eyes, the tongue, the jaw, and surrender, thanking your body for all that you've asked for it. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale, side out. Let's do one more of those. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale, side out. start to bring some movement into the fingers and into your toes, rolling out through the wrists and the ankles. Bring your arms up above you for a good morning stretch. Hugging the knees in towards your body. And when you're ready, gently bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me on Lake Annette with this beautiful Hatha series. I hope you had fun with it like I did. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Namaste.